Start the call. All right, Joey, tell everybody hello. Tell everybody hello. Look right here. Who's that? Look right here. Who's that right there? Tell everybody hello. You'll be my mascot, my helper today. Hi. So it is Wednesday, 7/26, July 26th. We are at the end of July. Can't believe that we are a month into the third quarter already. And I'm changing things up just a little bit. This is I just kind of renamed it a little bit. It's now my Wednesday live office hours. So I will be here to answer questions and chat and let you guys know, anything you need to know about the workbook. So I am in the process of trying to get it moved over to my website and creating some new things for that. I have issues with my whole WooCommerce and my website. So I have reached out on Facebook and asked for some help, and also back with the people that actually built my website to see if, what they would charge me to walk me through all that setting up and stuff. Dawn, hi. I'm so glad that I haven't scared you off. With all of the AI discussion, but I'm telling you, I am having a ball with ChatGPT and Midjourney and now Claude, and I'm not spending a whole lot of time each day, but I am spending a little bit of time each day because I want to learn it. I mean, I think it's part of our future, and I think that anyone that gets in now has the opportunity to really change their life financially. So hey Max, so Max is in the chat and he asked how I like Claude. So I did a little bit of side-by-side comparison. I put the same exact prompt into both Claude and ChatGPT, and it looks like they are better at different things. I can't say, oh yeah, sure. 1 second, let me grab the link for the Zoom and stick that in the chat. Oh, and I guess I better pull up Facebook too, because I forgot. Where am I? Okay, so there is the link in there, and get back over to all right, I found me. Yay! I found me. Welcome, Jason. So let me see. What was I saying? I'm a little bit. I had to pull up Facebook so I could see if there was any comments over there. I'm not going to post the link for Zoom on Facebook because I don't want the trolls coming in, which I've had some problems with in the past. So what was I saying? Oh, AI. So I've been playing with ChatGPT and Claude, and I put both of the same prompts, and they seem to be a little bit different in what they're better at. I haven't figured out exactly what that is yet, but of the prompts that I used, like I was looking at maybe restarting my Etsy store, and I had this little 2-line prompt in my Etsy store that was kind of about me. And I just took that little piece and I plugged it into Claude, and Claude gave me 4 paragraphs. That was pretty interesting. You know, it was well written. I was happy with the outcome of that simple exercise. And I was able to tweak it a little bit for myself and to throw it in my Etsy store. I think after talking with Renee this morning that I'm not going to put my workbook on Etsy. I will still have the Etsy store up so that I can learn more about it, and put some of the other digital things up there that I am making, like you know, stuff out of Midjourney, stickers, you know, all those kind of things, but not the workbook, or any of the Excel stuff that I built. I'm just not going to put that on Etsy at this point. But still, I'm feeling more comfortable with what's being known as chatty, so ChatGPT. And I put a series of prompts into a conversation. I was having a conversation with Chatty about my workbook and like running a Facebook ad and copy for that and things like that, because I'm trying to figure out how to promote myself and the workbook, and other Excel stuff that I have to a wider audience. So I'm using ChatGPT to help me do that. I said in yesterday's call with Renee that I have a goal of either creating a new revenue stream or increasing one of my current revenue streams by $1,000 in a month. I have since found a lady, Sadie Smiley, and she has a passive income pathways group. And so she has some things in there. And one of the things that she has is $1,000 in 10 days. So that really lit a fire under my rear end. And I have been writing all kinds of notes and stuff this morning about what can I do with what I already have to really build it and round it out quickly, so that then I will take, after I get that stuff done, because do what I have first, right? Work with what I'm already got going on. And then once I get all of those things, all those pieces of the puzzle in place, then I will look at a completely passive new revenue stream that I will run through with one of the AIs and build it up to $1,000. So And then I'm gonna, document that journey with you guys. So I'm excited about it. So I'll document, what I'm doing in the meantime too, with building out things, because I figure if I need to do it, then somebody that's watching is probably going to need to do it. And I'm going to work on doing that outside of these office hours. So I really would like to be able to help people during this time, whether it be with my workbook or basic accounting or budgeting or taxes, whatever, anything to do with accounting, finances during this hour as an open office, like a live office hours kind of thing. And I will do this. I will continue to do this weekly. We might be skipping August 9th, which is my husband's birthday. So if I'm not going to do it August 9th, I may push it right behind the Tuesday podcast and have the Tuesday podcast and then do that week's office hours right behind that, so that I can knock both of those out and still give you guys that time. Which I know that's Dawn's sourcing day. I hope you found lots of good stuff yesterday. No?
Yeah, it was, yeah. But I only go on Tuesday because that's when they start their new sale, the color sale path off. But truthfully, I think I find better things when I just go randomly and.
Right, because that's when all the people aren't there.
Right, exactly. And the stuff is still, you find some good things at like the first store, but then as you go throughout the day, it just gets less and less. So I'm like, I might just break that up and do it different and just go to the one store that's close by where it has majority of the stuff I get. So, because Tuesdays just become a long day.
On Monday, right before the stuff goes on sale, because people are waiting for it to go on sale.
Right. And I've done that too. And I'm like, wow, these are, I'm like, okay, so I'm paying full price on it. It doesn't matter because I'm still going to make money on it. And
right.
It might not be here tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that'll keep it out of somebody else's store.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So I have to work on that. I'm going to, I need to go out and source more too, and go to the bins, because the bins are only 20 minutes away from me and I find some decent stuff down there.
And when you do that, getting the lower cost items that you can still sell up is going to bring the average cost of goods down across the board. So you can pay up for some of the stuff. You can hit the non-sale days, get those things that were going to somebody else's store, and get them in your store for a little bit more money, and then go hit the bins and get some great items that still fits your store, fits your cost, your cost model, and then lower, average.
Right.
Bring your.
I just have to remember when I'm at the bins, just because it's cheap does not mean that it has to come home with me. It's like, some of these, labels are like, okay, but it probably will sell me. I'm only paying like $1 maybe. It's like, but yeah, those $1 now I see when I'm going through my inventory and reducing all the prices, trying to get rid of them. So I just have to remember that, okay, these are the brands I'm looking for, and look things over closely too, so I don't bring home items that have issues. Because before I was like, okay, I want to hit that 25-pound mark because, then I get like 10 cents off a pound, which is nothing if you think about it. But I would do that, and then I'd come home and I'd be like, oh, this one has a stain. Oh, this one has a hole, because I just wasn't looking at them close enough. Now I'm like, that's all just wasted time. Look at them there, take what you want. Who cares if you're not getting, the extra 10 or 20 cents off a pound?
Right.
You don't have items that you have to take right back to them, so.
Exactly. So yeah, so just be very conscientious about what you're picking up. If you only put the better items in your basket, then there is less to look over and double and triple check before you go through checkout.
Yes.
And I am preaching to the choir. It is a huge issue for me. I really, really struggle. Oh, Max is coming. So yeah, I really struggle with that when I go to the bins. I haven't been in a long time. I haven't been to the bins in a long time with things coming to me, but my people are going to the bins. The people that are sourced for me, they some of them get from the bins, some of them get from, you know, like, hi Wilson, you're noisy. Hi Joey, you're okay. Well, come up here and everybody can see you. Come on, come over here. Come over here. Come over here. You're in my lap, dude. Oh my goodness. You're so sweet. Anyway, wherever they get their stuff from, it comes to me and I get big boxes full of it. So it's still like going to the bins for me because I still get to go.
Right. And that's nice sometimes too. I mean, I don't get anything in from anybody, and I just don't feel like I'm at that point that I could have somebody like go sourcing for me, because I don't even know like all the brands and stuff I want to buy yet.
And that's so for those that are listening and would like to, you build those relationships with other resellers. And so you kind of have to put yourself out there. Sometimes it's online and sometimes it's in, you know, it's face to face. But in my case, it was people, I have 3 people that sourced for me. I had 4. All of them are already sourcing. They've already got their locations, their places that they go to, and getting items for me, just they're able to flip them to me and make money on that flip because of their sources. So they're flipping them to me. I'm still getting them at a great buy cost, and they're able to, you know, quickly turn over some cash too. So it's been a win-win, I think, for all of us. They seem to be happy. I'm definitely happy. I just did my first Facebook Marketplace post for bras that I'm not putting in my store. And I did get one person so far reach out. And I didn't add shipping because I haven't added any of that information. I just did it as like a local type thing where, you know, if you are local and you want to set an appointment with me, come by and go through what I have. I am in the process of getting everything divided by size. So for me, I started with cup size, and then I'm gonna go back and divide by band size. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna give it a couple of months. It turns out that next weekend, my local thrift store is going to do a community yard sale on Saturday. So I think I'm going to try and make sure I have all of that stuff done and take it with me up there. Because it shouldn't be too hard to get it, you know, get that much in bags. And I'll probably just go buy one of those foldable tables because they aren't providing tables, but it's free. Free community yard sale. And they already get a lot of customers on the weekends anyway. So it should be pretty hopping.
Yeah, that's nice. we really don't have anything like that here unless you want to pay. They have, and I've never been to this, like, I guess flea market. They call it Maxwell Street Days or something, they have it like 4 times a year. And I'm like, I don't know, I've never been there, so I should really check and see what they sell. Because I mean, I have a lot of stuff that I don't know what to do with. I'm like, I really don't want to keep it, because then it just is bags laying around of stuff I don't want. And I hate, giving it back, because I'm like, well, maybe I could make some money on it. But then I'm like, well, how much time is that going to take? I could probably, do something different and make money and not worry about,
Well,
having to be somewhere all day.
I don't know. I had some people around here that did some bag sales. So fill a bag for $10. And it wasn't a big bag. It was a Walmart grocery bag, little plastic bag. And but yeah, fill a bag for $10. I ended up, because the one place that I did, it was her closet. Like literally her closet. You went into her bedroom and she had 2 closets and she had some stuff outside of the door. I was like, okay, this is a little strange. But I mean, I got a bunch of stuff and I was happy with what I got. But if you have, some way to do that where you can get all the things that you don't want, maybe even things around your house that, you're just wanting to get rid of. I don't know. Do you have a garage? I don't remember.
I have a garage, yes. I have a 3-car garage that I can luckily get 1 car in, because my son has taken over the rest of it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe just for, like a weekend or something that you can kind of have it,
Yeah, just do it then. See, our community has like a huge rummage sale, but that's more like towards spring, or I think it's in the middle of June, actually. And I'm like, I could just save all this stuff somewhere and have a huge rummage sale then, but
that's next year at this point.
I know.
I mean, we're just getting through July, so yeah. No, we don't want to hold on to that stuff all year.
No, I really don't. I'm trying to declutter what I have here already.
I mean, do it by appointment only if you've got a place to kind of just stick it all.
Yeah. I guess I totally could do that too, because I have like those rolling racks and stuff. I have a couple of them that I'm not using at all, so I could put them up in the garage and you could come over and look at it. And
yeah, put the nicer things on the racks. Have other things in totes or boxes, and let people dig. And I did that at somebody else's house, and she just had the boxes up in her living room, and I went in and she went off and did her thing, and I just started digging through boxes. So there was like five big boxes, like a 20 by 20 box. And I dug out all the stuff that I wanted, and I paid for, I think those were like $3 or $4 a piece. That's what she was charging. So I was able to sit there on the couch and double check. And there were some things that had some stains on it that I put back, and, so it was nice to not feel like I was being pressured or anything else. And I was able to make a pile, and then she went through and counted the items in the pile, and I paid her. And I paid her like PayPal or Venmo or one of the Cash App or something like that. So I didn't even have to have cash with me.
That's nice.
So it's just options of that, you can think about for getting rid of those things. Once I get everything situated, I will probably run an ad or two, like just simple little ads local, to kind of get the word out. The one lady that contacted me yesterday, I only had one in her size that was in my $3 pile, my $3 stuff that I'm just trying to flip. And then I had 5 items in my store that I sent her the link. I just did a search. I went to my actual store, like the customer see, and I did a search, and then I just sent her the link to my store, to those items in my store. So I did send out a offer to someone. So maybe it was her. I don't know. I don't think anybody, I didn't pay attention to whether any of the size sold or not. So, but I mean, it's whatever we can do to get the stuff, you know, that we don't want to list on eBay. And as fast as I've gotten with listing, I still don't want to list things that I'm only gonna, you know, sell for a couple dollars.
Right.
The way that I do it is everything automatically goes on sale. So, my lowest priced item is $10, which automatically goes to $8. And then I send an offer for $7.50. So it quickly goes. But if you look at the sales calculator, let's see, which one do I use? Sales calc. I use sales calc. And you put in what your average cost is for the item. So what it's telling you at the end is your actual profit. So you're getting your money back, you know, to your break even point. And then, so long as I get my money back on those other items, I'm actually good with that. I don't want to pay someone to take them. So like I took a $5 offer this morning on something because for whatever reason, eBay went to sleep on me yesterday.
eBay's been up and down, really weird.
But I got an offer of, like I said, I got a $5 offer at 7 o'clock this morning, my time. And I quickly checked sales calc and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I mean, at least I'm not paying, for them to take it. And so I accepted the offer, and now I've had several more sales since then, and some of them have been good ones. So, you know, solid $30+ ones. So pretty happy about, you know, having taken the $5 offer now, because at least I didn't have to call the post office and say, don't come to my house today. I went ahead and it's like I went right upstairs. I grabbed that thing out. I came right back down. I threw a label on it and stuck it outside. And eBay
Do you just
said,
ship them
"Okay,
like in
great."
poly bags, or how do you ship the bras?
Poly bags.
Poly bags, okay. Because I have some that I picked up at the bins, and I've been putting them like in just little boxes, but
No,
okay.
everything. So, I mean, this one's a front clasp. You can tell because it's kind of all stuck together, right? But generally they are like this in the bag, and then I have a couple different size poly bags. I've got some great big poly bags for the great big ones that look like hats. And I'm almost out of my 12x9 poly bags. And then I don't have to sweat it. Everything will go in my 10x13s with no problem. And I got a whole bunch of those. So I've been trying to put anything possible into the 12x9 so that I could get rid of them, and it's taking me forever. Jason, Max, you guys got any questions? You need anything?
Yeah, I got a few questions.
Well,
You actually emailed me about an appointment, but that was about the QuickBooks. I got rid of QuickBooks, so I'm just gonna use the spreadsheet.
yep,
I had a few questions about the spreadsheet, if you don't mind.
sure. No, that's what I'm here for.
Um,
That's what this
okay,
call is all about.
okay. Under categories for expenses, you know the little drop down where it has all the different categories.
Yes.
How can I add a different category that I might need?
Great question. If you go over to the tab to the left that says yearly changes.
Ooh, let's see, to the left.
And if you need me to, I can share my screen and
Yeah, you might want to share your screen.
okay, no problem. Give me just a second to pull up the correct version out of the correct file. All right.
Let's see.
All right, and I'm going to share. Okay. Everybody sees? All good?
Yeah. Oh, the tab where it says, yeah. Okay.
Yearly changes. And then I've got 5 little places down here that currently says reserved for future use.
Okay.
All you have to do is type whatever you want over top of that.
Oh, okay. That works.
So there's currently 5 places. The next time I make an update, I'm probably I'm gonna add a few things that are not on the Schedule C. But also add a few more of these reserved for future use, just in case somebody has something in particular that they want to
yeah.
keep separate track of. So what is it that you're looking to?
Well, I wanted to add like entertainment meals. If you bring like a customer to go out to eat, that's like 100% right off.
It's
So
not 100% write off.
It's not anymore. I
Nope,
thought it was.
it
Or
was.
used to be.
It
Oh,
was.
they changed it.
They changed it back this year, but meals is already in here, and it's travel meals. It's the same because it doesn't matter whether you went out locally with a client, went out locally with a member of your team, or you were traveling. It's all the same.
So it's all the same. Huh?
Yep. So you don't need to add that one.
Okay. Another thing, what about like owner's draw? Like, I know in QuickBooks they had that. I didn't see it.
Right. So do you have a sole prop?
I don't think so.
Do you have an LLC?
Yeah, but I don't think it's a or S corp. I don't have an S corp. Yeah, I have a sole prop. Yeah.
So you don't have, wait, okay, so there's a sole prop, which is you don't have any extra paperwork within the state. There's an LLC, which means you do have extra paperwork. And then there's an S corp, which means you got extra paperwork.
Well, I know I definitely don't got extra paperwork. I do have the LLC.
Okay. All right. So with an LLC, for a single person LLC, you don't have to do an owner's draw. It's treated the same way as a sole prop. So everything it's a pass-through entity. So everything just passes through your business. So whatever's left over after all your taxes, after all your expenses come out, is what will go on your 1040 as income. So you don't have to keep track of how much you're paying yourself.
Okay. Well, that's nice to know. All right. I'll note that down. I didn't think it was like that, but okay. The other thing is an owner contribution. Like if I want to add money or if I need to add money for some reason. Is that anywhere on the drop down list?
It's not, but it works the same way as the owner draw. You're putting money in, and it's whatever. So here, let me see. Unless you are going to charge your business interest, you don't have to keep track of that either. Because when you get your 1099 at the end of the year, the only income, the only money that you're going to pay taxes on is it's going to go in from what is on your 1099 and any other sources that you have, regardless of 1099. And then all of your expenses are going to come out, and whatever's left over in the end on your Schedule C goes over to your 1040. Then after that gets over there on your 1040, then you have your deduction based on your marital status. And after your deduction, whatever is left over is what you would pay taxes on. Now that this is all very simplistic, the way that I said it, because there's other things that you may or may not have that could play into plus and minusing that. But you don't have to show that you put money into the business, or you're taking, or that you're taking money out of the business. If you were an S Corp or if you were a C Corp, that would be different. But for a single member LLC and a sole prop, it all just passes through in the same exact way.
Okay. Well, that's
Which
a lot
is
easier.
another reason why QuickBooks is, it's overkill for most of us.
Yeah, well, it's definitely overkill for the eBay thing. That's why I'm going to use just a spreadsheet. Now, you send a new one out every year?
Yeah, I just update it.
Okay,
I
so we
update it
could-
and you get a new, and then you can go, I don't send it out, but you can go back to the same place that you bought it from, and it will be in your library there to re-download it. You can go re-download it anytime you need to.
Oh, all right. All right. Now this is gonna probably cross out, but like to find a report or to do a report, like a profit and loss, how
Okay.
would I do that on the spreadsheet?
So on the total snapshots page,
Okay,
there's a little green box at the bottom in the
Right.
middle. That's basically your profit and loss.
that's for the year. That's yearly,
That's for wherever you have entered your information up to that point.
okay.
So,
So it'd be like a yearly thing almost.
yeah, I mean, it's because everything that's on your on a profit and loss is in that box. So your total income and your expenses and then your net.
Okay.
Because with a cash accounting, a cash accounting business, there's a lot less income and expenses to manage. So it makes it very, very simple.
Okay. Let's see. I jotted down some notes. Hold on. Let's see. About refunding a buyer, how do I make that come out right? Say if a buyer returns something, I have to give him his money back. Does it just wash out, or do I have to add something?
So the way that I want you to remember first to go get your expenses from eBay is to go to the performance sales tab, then run it, do it every month and run it for each calendar month. And then when you do that, it will include all of your it will net out your refunds, it will net out your credits. So everything that has happened within eBay will happen in that. So your you grab your gross sales number. You're not going to use that on your taxes, but you're going to use that during the year. And then you're going to make sure you grab all of your, do you know where I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
And then you will grab your was it seller fees? I always say it wrong and then people get confused.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about though.
Okay. So yeah, you just grab that every month. You put that into cost of goods other. That would be the category that you want to use, cost COGS dash other. And
Oh, you froze? You frozen on my side.
Yeah, she froze.
It's on her side.
All right. I'll wait for her to come back.
Hey, Jason, I'm sorry, you should have just interrupted us before because Cheryl and I can just keep chatting. So I apologize for taking time away from what this
Oh,
is
that's
for,
all
actually
right.
for.
am I back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Phew. Okay. What is the last thing you heard?
Oh shoot. We started talking after that. Everybody started talking.
He was talking about pulling up the records.
Did you hear? I'm still here, right? Did you hear me say if you have a return that you cannot resell? If you have a return that you cannot resell, then keep track of that. You want, what I do is I print, like, I'll just take the label from the return, or if they put the paper, into the envelope with my return, then I'll keep that so that I can add that into returns and allowances in my bookkeeping when I do my bookkeeping once a month.
Okay.
And I say that because that's the only time that if we can't resell it, then that's the only time that I'm going to take it as a return and allowance in my bookkeeping. Otherwise, everything else is netted out and I just relist it.
One other thing, for the fees and the shipping costs, I have to add that to expenses, or does it?
No, if you grab that number that I was just telling you to grab, shipping, promoted, store fees, your store subscription, everything is included in that one number. Just grab that one number once a month and you're good.
Okay, mine wasn't calculating them right because I don't know what I did, but it wasn't whenever, let's see, whenever I go to eBay tracking, eBay number tracking, it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't show, the numbers wasn't coming out right for some reason, unless I messed up.
Okay. All right, so
It
that's
wasn't
two
showing
different
as
things.
expense.
That's two different questions. So first off, if you are adding it into the expenses tab, then you want to grab that whole number. If you are adding it into eBay number tracking because that's a tool, that's not for taxes, that's a tool to help you run your business. So that is not connected to anything other than the total snapshot page. So if you are using eBay number tracking and you put in your gross income into eBay number tracking, it will, under monthly, it will put it into your total snapshots page, but that's the only thing.
See, I think for me, when I did April, I started in April. When I did April or May, it didn't add it I don't know, for some reason it didn't add it automatically.
To the total snapshots page?
No, it wasn't adding it. I added up everything and it came out like the total snapshot. It wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't added it in.
Okay,
now when
so
I go put it in expenses, it would add it in.
that's the only time it's gonna add, right, exactly. So if you're here and you add in, so we're gonna say $5 and we'll just skip down So your sales was 5,000 and your eBay net was 3,000. All right, then there's the 5,000. That's the only thing that will transfer over.
Okay.
Everything else on this page, because not everybody uses this page.
Yeah.
Everything else on here you have to do manually.
Yeah. Well, I was following Marcus and Bo, and they told me that from this sheet, from the eBay number tracking, it automatically goes. That's what Marcus was telling me. But the numbers just wasn't adding up until I put it in expenses, for the shipping and fees.
Right, it doesn't.
Okay.
They're mistaken, and I'll reach out to them and
Yeah, Marcus thought it went, when I asked him, he thought it went automatically, because that's what I thought it did too. And he told me, yeah, it does. So
that's okay. I'll fix him.
yeah. Well, no, I just wanted to make sure, I just wanted to make sure.
No, I understand. And I want to make sure that they are adding it into their expenses correctly too, So, I don't want them to be leaving money on the table by thinking it's going in when it's not. So like I said, this particular page is just a tool to help you run your business correctly, but the expenses tab, the mileage tab, and the total snapshots tab are what you need to be using for your in the home office expense calculator. You need to use those 4 tabs for your taxes.
Oh, I didn't even notice the home office. I didn't see it. I see it now.
And that's pretty cool. If I do say
it tells you what the electricity, water, gas.
And this is not an exhaustive list. Everybody's house is different. I just tried to add in a few things that I could think of.
So what's that really for? It calculates, what does it really calculate? Your home expenses?
Yep.
Per month?
But it's because it's a tax deduction. So when it comes time to do your taxes, you'll have all of these numbers ready to enter into the home office deduction.
Oh, I usually put it in automatically when I do the book. Like every month, I usually do it into expenses, or that's how I was doing.
Okay,
Like
so not all of your home expenses are business expenses.
Right. Yeah, I know that.
Okay, so these are the ones that aren't business expenses.
Oh, okay. That's for not okay.
Okay, so your cell phone, 100% business expense, because you cannot do your business without it. Your internet, 100% business expense, because it doesn't matter that technology has improved to where multiple people can get online at the same time and do different things. The fact is, you can't run your business without it. Electric does not fall under the same parameters, even though we can't run our business without electricity.
So basically, each month it deductible limit. So it tells you what to deduct, basically.
So
what
this is showing is, first you have to put in the total square foot of your home, add a garage if you use a garage, if you use any part of a garage. Then you add in the total square foot of the business space inside the home. Add the entire garage if you use or have and use a garage. That will give you the percentage of business space that you use inside your home. Once you've done that, then adding in, we're just going to put in some numbers here. So we're going to say and we'll just leave it at that for now, right now. We're just gonna run this across. And we're gonna say 2,000 square foot home. We're gonna go with no garage, and inside the home, we're gonna say we are using 2 rooms that are both 10 by 20, so that gives you 240 square feet. So we are looking at 12% business use of home. So if you look at that, then you have spent $7,800 in home expenses, right? You have a deductible limit of 936 but the taxes, if they're being done online in software, is going to calculate that for you. But this way you can see what kind of a deduction you're getting. I mean, if you rent your home, then we're gonna call it $1,500 a month. You can see where this quickly adds up.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
The thing about it is most people are using the short form, the short version, the simplified home office deduction. So they're only getting like $300.
Yeah.
By
Wow.
keeping track of this, you could very, very much increase your deduction.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that then. Yeah, if it helps.
Absolutely helps. I mean, I've seen this be what brings somebody to, not have to pay taxes.
Wow. Okay. That was it. I mean, spreadsheets working good for me.
Good.
Like I said, I got rid of QuickBooks, so I only
So
pay
you're
one
happy so
time.
far?
Yeah, I mean, it has everything you really need. I just needed to figure out, the few questions that I just asked, but that's
Right.
about it.
Well, glad to hear it. Max said, what if you wanted to keep track of the contributions and payouts for your own peace of mind? If you want to do that, maybe I'll just come up with another tab where you can do that. I really don't want you to add it into your taxes because I don't want into your expenses if it's not a deduction, because I don't want you to have a false sense of your bottom line.
I was
If you're
thinking more.
using the workbook,
I was thinking more of a separate tab or something. Just
Yep.
like, because especially like I know I did that like crazy at the beginning. So and your workbook is geared towards beginners starting out and getting their stuff together. So like you have a tab. So I think a lot of people just like want to know more than actually thinking in the taxes.
Yeah, I mean, it's built for beginners, but it's built for anyone. It's just I've tried to make it as simple as possible so that people will actually do the work. So I mean, there's tools in there to use to build your business with, to build your eBay business with. There's tools in there for Poshmark. I'm going to come up with some tools for some other options. I'm going to come up with some add-ons for drivers because I already have the accounting part built. The bookkeeping part is built, but I will come up with some tools for drivers. Speaking of which, you owe me an email, Max.
Oh, I've been having some major issues with that.
Oh.
So remember I told you before I looked at it and it didn't show the old things? And then I tried to download it because I only had the app. And for some reason, when I go to do that. It only asks me if I can open it in Ways or it's like Samsung Health or something like that. Like there's no Adobe, there's no PDF thing to get it downloaded. I don't know if they're like purposely doing that, making it harder for me to find it, but I'm gonna have to find a solution. It's gonna have to do some deeper research. So I was thinking, will the alternative be just take screenshots?
When you get a chance, preferably on a Monday or an off week of Thursday, an off Thursday week, let me know. Let's set up a time that you know that you're going to be available and I can be available. And maybe we can jump in Zoom and you can share your screen with me and maybe we can find it together.
That sounds like a good idea. Also, how do you think about what's it called? Spreadsheet building. Like people sell them on Etsy and stuff like that. How do you think is that as like a side hustle? Because I love doing that, and that's one thing that right now that the AI can't really do is like the spreadsheet stuff. So I can like get the information and learn how to make the spreadsheets better. I think that might be a viable option. I can keep paying off, and like I said, I love doing it. Like I don't lose myself in hours.
Yeah, I mean, I looked into, in fact, yesterday and today, I was hard looking at Etsy as a viable option to sell my my spreadsheets and my workbooks. And while I may put some simple things onto Etsy, if you actually go on Etsy's site and you and you search for some of the things that that you would want to build, then it's a race to the bottom in price. My time is worth more than that. So there's some things that I will put up. Like I might put up my mileage tracker and I might put up, I haven't decided yet. I mean, I have it fits into the price range. My eBay tracking tool, I have it on Gumroad for $25 if you buy it separately. So I might put that up on Etsy because it's in the price range, but I got to double check what the fees are on Etsy first before I do that for sure. What I'm working on right now is I put out a call for help to get all of my spreadsheets and my workbooks moved over to my WooCommerce store. So I want to do that first. And once I get everything there, I will, I'm just going to start working on, I did a chat GPT prompt to help me do a Facebook ad. So we'll see how that goes. But I realized that it's time for me to get off my tail and start promoting in various places and actually running some ads and things like that, which I've not done on this for this kind of thing before. So so anyway, my point being, depending on what what kind of spreadsheet you want to build, go on Etsy, search that topic and see what comes up. Renee was talking to me this morning about that you have to have tools in order to sell well on Etsy. So I don't know what all the tools are. There's a whole lot to it. And I'm not there yet. And if it's based on that, it seemed like it was going to be much harder to list than it is on eBay. So I was like, maybe I'm going to hold off on Etsy a little bit longer. Ruth in the chat on YouTube says, question, I own property and use one of my buildings for my eBay business. So I'm asking, do I get to deduct rent from myself since I'm using my own building? All right, Ruth, great question. You can add the building to your square footage like you do for a garage and use it as a home office deduction. Or you can rent the building to your business. So you just need to look at, you probably need to talk, unless you're real familiar with taxes, you probably need to talk with someone like myself that is a tax specialist, and can help you look at which one may benefit you the most. Unlike vehicles, you can pick one way, and then if your business grows and it makes more sense to do it the other way, then you could do it the other way later on. So you have options there. All right. It's 101. All right, everybody good?
That was a fast one.
What that means, 101. Time to go.
This office hours are 1 hour only.
Oh.
I just looked at those things. They got some for $1. Thinking the other way, like, why even learn it? You can just buy it so cheap.
Right. So you have to decide what makes the most sense for you, because I mean it's a passive income opportunity. So if you are good at building useful spreadsheets, it's definitely an option, because once you've put in the work and you've built it, then you don't, most people are not updating. So mine is a little different because I do these calls every week. I am always answering questions in Messenger and in email and text message. So because of that, mine costs a little bit more because you buy it one time and it's updated yearly, and you've got me to help you get through it. So for other things that you don't have to update and there's not a lot of back end stuff to have to manage, then you can put it up for a lesser amount and let it go and just collect the sales that come through. And it's a viable business. There's a lot of people doing it, but not everybody is going to do it the way that you are. So, which is something that it has taken me almost 3 years of selling this workbook to get my head wrapped around that. I'm not saying my way is the best way, but a lot of people are appreciating the way that I've done it. So you're there for somebody. I'm sure of that. All right. Ruth, I hope you got the answer to your question. I hope you heard that. Dawn, Jason, and Max, thanks for coming into Zoom and spending the hour with me. I will see you next week.